There's this one tattoo convention, actually, they ended up shutting the whole show down. It was in Jersey, and it was in a really cool one. The theme was in a old ship. So we're in the dock, and they did a tattoo convention in an old ship. It was really cool. Wow. And they ended up shutting it down. The power went out or something drastic like that. And they didn't pay or do some kind of licenses right. And the government came in and shut the whole thing down. And everyone had appointments already and all that stuff. So it was crazy because all the hotels nearby had all the tattoo artists in it, full. And everyone was tattooing in their hotel rooms because we all had to get our appointments done. But that was pretty crazy.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hot Rods and Hijinks podcast here at LilyJack Customs shop here in downtown Greeneville, Tennessee. This one's going to be a lot of fun. We got our main man, our editing guy here with us. He's going to sit in for a little while. And we've got this guy right here. World renowned, owner of Ink Family Tattoo. He's been on season 1 of Tattoo Warrior. He is fixing to be on season 2 of Tattoo Warrior. He's been in World of Ink magazine. He's been in Global Ink magazine. He's been in every magazine pretty much. He's everywhere. Over 300 trophies in the last 4 years alone, tattooing professionally. Christian Navarro, Big C, welcome to the podcast, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me.
Man, glad to have you. So, tell us, where you from?
I'm from Pheonix, Arizona. I own Ink Family Tattoo in Pheonix. It's central located, about 5 minutes from the airport. Beautiful location. Minus the crackheads.
We got a few of those too. Hopefully we can get some to look in these windows out here while we're...
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe do some dances or something,
Yeah. So, what brought you to Tennessee? Been doing a little work?
Yeah, actually, Tyler right here, he did a pretty cool bike for me, and we did a trade work deal for some tattoos.
Yeah, we'll talk about this bike here in a minute. That's a pretty rad piece right there. We'll get on that. But yeah. We're glad you came to Tennessee. What do you think about this little tiny town we've got here?
It is beautiful. I travel a lot of places, and the greenery and everything. Arizona's a desert,
Yeah.
So where I'm at, it was 110 degrees when I flew out. Wow. And it was like 76 degrees when I got here. It was beautiful.
Been okay with that weather, huh?
Yeah, it was a good weather change.
Well, yeah.
We've had some colds this week too, early 30s.
Yeah, it was. The other day I had to put my jacket on, and man, as soon as I got that wind chill, I was like, whew, back in the house.
Yeah, I had to go get that jacket, man. I'm telling you. That's pretty awesome. But we've got, Hey, also, I don't want to forget this guy over here. I feel like I've left him out. Tommy's here with us. Tommy's sitting in the corner today. He's like he's been in trouble or something, I guess. He's used to that, ain't he?
Absolutely. I'm in timeout this week.
Tommy's in timeout.
As usual.
As usual, yeah. That happens. But we got this bike over here. We're going to let Tyler do it and talking about this bike.
Yeah, we can tell you about the bike. We worked out a little trade deal back in... probably late fall. He reached out about building a bike. I met up with him last year in Philly and got tattooed. That's a whole nother story that we can tell as well. But the whole bike idea came through. He told us the colors that he wanted, and we ran with it. So we've got a little off-the-chain bicycles. We build custom bicycles, lowrider stretches, whatever anybody wants. So this one here, I know he was a skater and BMX guy, so we did it a little untraditional from just your generic lowrider, and themed everything around the skateboard. Actually sent the skate deck out to his shop behind his back, and some of his girls at the shop painted it up, themed it for him, kind of a little tribute to him as well. So a little bit of everything. We did a bent springer, early 90s Mongoose BMX, mid-school frame. Did a pound of flesh tattoo skin, fake skin for his seat.
That's
so
pretty
that when he
rad.
gets it back home, he can tattoo it himself. And
That's awesome.
tried to theme it to him, make it personal, and hope he loves it.
Well, you guys have knocked it out of the park. That is a killer piece right there.
Yeah, super dope.
I believe the man was a little excited when he got to see it. I will say that. He was,
Better than I imagined.
Was
you know it to be, and I love the style and everything. It sits level too. You know, we were talking about that the other day. Most lowrider bikes don't sit level like that.
Yeah.
Looks really sweet.
I've got pictures of it when we were first putting it together, and the front was too low, and I said, no way, we can't. So I had to level it out. And so it's probably 4 to 5, maybe 6 inches lower than what it should have been, I guess. We had to get it level. So
killer.
Super sweet.
Killer. Got his name on the tires even.
Yep.
I like it.
several people had a hand in it. So we got a guy, Mark, in Pigeon Forge, and my buddy Brandon, that we do stunt fit here in the Tri-Cities building bikes. So a lot of hands went into it. Had my little girl. She painted some on the pedals and stuff like that to kind of come full circle. So
very cool. Very cool. But yeah, you might want to talk about even having the ink work there traded out, you know?
Yeah,
you got a pretty killer piece down there.
We can tell the whole story here real quick. So I searched the world over every single night, Instagram, Facebook Reels, TikTok, any possible thing, trying to find a tattoo artist. And I wanted a portrait of my daughter that didn't look like E.T. So I searched and searched and searched, and probably 8 months to a year, honestly, and finally stumbled across this guy. But he was in Pheonix, so I reached out. He was a traveling competitor. Told me he was actually going to be in Asheville, which hour and a half from us, perfect, convenient. I think his first message back to me was, I want to do this piece and I could kill it. So I know he was my guy. So that's where we started. Booked with him, scheduled it for Asheville 2024. And then the Hurricane Helene came through and ruined our plans. So immediately he offered my deposit back. Said, no chance, we're still doing this. So
awesome.
Took off to Philly to the world's largest tattoo convention with no tattoos. Scared to death, overwhelmed. But he coached me through it, put a beautiful portrait of my daughter all down my leg, and been proud of it ever since. So
it is a killer piece. The man goes above and beyond. I mean, the detail is unreal. So tell us a little bit about this traveling competitions and stuff you do.
Honestly,
how long you been doing it? How long you been in it?
I started traveling about 5 years ago. You know, it was everything real close. You know, 4 years ago was actually when I started hitting all the states. I did the Ink Master shows, went everywhere with them. Jumped on the Villain Arts as well, and they're all over the place as well. I did maybe 25 to 30, 40 shows a year for the first 2 to 3 years.
Wow. The
last 2 years, I really dialed it down, maybe like 10 shows, but they're the bigger shows, you know, the ones that really matter. Invite only, you know, not anybody can go to them. Everyone's handpicked to compete at these shows. Those are the ones that I really like to go compete in. So when you win there, it really means something.
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
But it's been nice, you know. I've traveled everywhere, you know, not just in the States. You know, I've been all over the place, the world, Germany, you know, Poland, Brazil, Mexico.
Everywhere.
That's very interesting.
So it's been fun.
What's the craziest place you've ever been to do a tattoo in?
Man, I've tattooed in kitchens. There's this one tattoo convention, actually. They ended up shutting the whole show down. It was in Jersey, and it was in a really cool one. The theme was in a old ship. So we were in the dock, and they did a tattoo convention in an old ship. It was really cool. Wow. And they ended up shutting it down. The power went out or something drastic like that. And they didn't pay or do some kind of licenses right. And the government came in and shut the whole thing down. And everyone had appointments already and all that stuff. So it was crazy because all the hotels nearby had all the tattoo artists in it, full. And everyone was tattooing in their hotel rooms because we all had to get our appointments done. But that was pretty crazy. But other than that, you know, like, I've done Airbnbs, you know, and just tattooing wherever I can. One of the coolest places, though, recently is right here in the Hot Rod shop.
Hey, it works.
That was really cool.
That is pretty cool. That is. That's a good time right there. But, you know, I mentioned this earlier in the week. You know, hot rods, tattoos go together. You know, tattoos and music go together. It just it fits. You know, it's cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Hot rods and tattoos, and you got a really cool hot rod tattoo.
Yeah,
on
the
you.
man did. The man hooked me up right here on my right arm. I know it's hard to see in that camera, but this is a work of art, and I can't say thank you enough to this guy right here. He is a artist. I'm telling you, artist. I mean, that's a walking portrait right there.
Yeah, it's a straight mural.
Yeah,
absolutely.
On the arm.
Yes,
It's hard to even
details.
understand.
Yeah, you can't even. It's just unreal. I mean, it's more than I ever dreamed would be there. But he's got the vision.
Most tattoo artists would look at that and be like, nope. I am not doing that.
But that's what separates it there. You like that challenge. You like those top notch pieces.
Yes, I prefer the challenge, and I try to push myself to the limits every tattoo I do. I never take the easy way out. I still hand stencil everything by hand. I don't use any special printers or anything like that. So I kick it old school. You know, I like it that way, and it works really great for me.
And it shows.
Oh, it does. It shows. I mean, you know, that's why anybody that's top of their class, they do it. Whatever the others don't do, you got to be different.
Yep, I don't cut no corners or nothing. Some people use these cheating apps. You know, it prints all the stencils out super easy and everything, and I don't cut no corners. I just do it the old-fashioned way.
Absolutely. That was one of the things the guy on your pro team said in Philly. He said, man, you'd have got that by anybody else. He said, you wouldn't have had a trucker hat. He said, this guy spent every circle of that trucker hat, that mesh hat. He said, nobody's going to do that.
Oh, yeah. The details in it.
Yep.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So how long you been doing tattooing? How long you been a tattoo artist?
Actually, 8 years this month. I've been tattooing professionally. I did about a year and a half apprenticeship before that, learning under some people, and man, that is a story.
I'm sure.
In itself, you know, apprenticing under, you know, certain artists was pretty crazy during the time when I got into it. A lot of partying, drinking, man, like bar fights. You know, my mentor trained MMA. You know, so
Oh, wow.
and actually, that's how I got my apprenticeship. I beat up one of the artists in the shop, and he's like, "I like you. He's like, I want to teach you how to tattoo."
That's one way of doing it.
Have you ever tinted?
The man's wanting to tent with us, right?
Have you ever tattooed in a bar?
Yes, actually, I've tattooed in quite a few bars. In Pheonix, there's a couple bars in downtown Tempe on Mill Avenue. We've done a couple shop events actually out there doing
Cool.
flash tattoos. Pretty cool.
He asked earlier what was I was hoping he would say your sketchiest place that you've
I
tattooed.
should have said it that way. I wasn't even thinking.
I was going to ask, have you ever tinted on a subway or? Not in a subway with Jared, but
Yeah,
like
not the
on-
sandwich
like a
place
traveling-
subway, but actual train underground.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of
or
subways.
while you're traveling, like maybe on in a RV or
Greyhound bus. That'd
Greyhound
be cool.
bus. Yeah,
Do it on a Greyhound.
Right. I've tattooed in a couple places, but I think in Poland. You know, we went out in front of. Actually, not Poland. Germany. They have the Cologne Cathedral, and I went out there and I did I had my portable machine and everything, and I had a little ink cap, and I did a little banger on my friend
wow,
while we
that's
were out
so
there
cool.
right in front of the Cologne
That's
Cathedral.
pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
That is pretty
That's
cool.
I wouldn't say that's the sketchiest. Out, you know, in the kitchen, you know, that's pretty sketchy. You know what I mean?
Mom's over cooking us on the stove, and Christian's over here. Yeah. That's crazy. So how did you decide you were going to get into doing ink work, doing tattoos?
Actually, I didn't really know this was a possibility. You know, I did art my entire life. You know, painting, drawing, really detailed. And then one of my buddies, you know, used to commission me to draw up all of his tattoos, and he went to the same tattoo shop every time.
Oh, wow.
And then some of the guys are like, "Hey, who's this guy? Let's meet him." And that's when they invited me over for a little after party, you know, one day, and that's when I ended up beating up one of the
I was
artists.
going to say, is that where the beatdown came in at?
It is.
I was wondering about that. That's the greatest story ever.
But
That's cool.
I grew up, you know, training martial arts myself, you know, a big
Okay.
portion of my life, and It was a lot of fun. I think, I regret a lot of the things I did during my apprenticeship because my mentor was crazy. That man, cool guy, fun to be around. He's like the life of the party until he's not.
Right.
Yeah.
And he would like do a 360 dragon kick to the head and knock somebody out. And he's like maybe 5'1", you know,
wow.
short, dude from California, and he was. Funny guy, and like I said, until he got too drunk, until it was not fun, to be around. But good times.
Till the bottle of pride kicked in, and yeah.
And I tell you what, I've never seen that man get beat up in one day in my life.
Really?
And I've maybe seen him beat up maybe 500 people.
God,
wow. He had a good track record.
Yeah, I'll say he was batting pretty good right there.
He was batting pretty good.
Funny. That is funny right there. That's crazy. How did you end up meeting that guy though? I mean, was it through the martial arts or?
He actually owned the shop that I went to go check out.
Okay.
It's called AZ Inc. By Nick Mann's AZ Inc. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people know Nick Mann. He was really big in the early 2000s for his tattoo. He revolutionized a lot of realism and portraits and everything during that time period as well. So he was a big name. He has trophies from across the world as well.
Very cool.
Just catch that, Tommy? He talked about early 2000s like it was a long time ago. That don't feel that long ago to me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I've still got some shirts out there from the early 2000s.
I've probably still got some too. I've got shirts I can still wear that came from the early 2000s. That's funny. But no, that's cool, man. That's cool. Do you, I don't know, do you still do any of the martial arts stuff, or are you just so focused and covered up in all this now?
Man, like my business and family and everything has really taken a lot from me. As you can tell, I'm not the fittest guy anymore, Hey,
listen.
But I can tell you what, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like, I still hold my own. And
you can throw down if you need to.
Yes, I can. I still have my moments sometimes, with the crackheads outside.
Pretty rough out in Pheonix with that. It's a pretty big issue.
It is. Sometimes, and man, sometimes I want to get a fence and put it up around and just get them out of there.
Yeah, I guarantee it. That's crazy. So, how long have you been in Pheonix? You say you're from Arizona, but you're not from Pheonix, correct?
I grew up actually in northern Arizona in a small town called Sholo, northeast.
Okay.
Beautiful little town. It gets all 4 seasons. It snows every year. Big pine trees, everything.
Really?
Beautiful part of Arizona, honestly. We had 40 acres. I grew up running on 40 acres.
Man.
My parents let me do whatever I wanted.
That's great. Brothers, sisters?
Actually, I'm a middle child. I have 2 older brothers and 2 little sisters.
Wow.
So that's why you stayed in trouble. Middle kid's always the one in trouble.
We got to fend for ourselves. I feel like in the hierarchy of the family, the parents forget about the middle child.
Well, you said older brothers, right? 2 older brothers. Well, that's why you had to become tough.
My 2 older brothers, they're scared of me. They don't mess around.
That's hilarious. That's great. That's great. So, shop's going good. Tell us about your shop.
It is actually really cool. My entire shop I built by my bare hands.
Awesome.
Down to the tile, all the walls, painting, murals, everything. I started from scratch pretty much and built the whole thing myself. I got some really talented artists in there. Kayla, she's actually my A1 from day one. She's my first apprentice I've ever taken on. She's been with me for 5 years now.
Awesome.
And that girl is super talented. Super talented now. She wins trophies everywhere we go as well.
That's awesome.
And it feels good, when you bring somebody up and you can see their success as well. And it feels really good too.
I'm sure.
But I got pretty much my whole shop's full of females. I'm the only guy. I'm the Lone Ranger in the shop, and I got
no doubt
swimming in a sea of estrogen, aren't you?
Yes.
We'll probably get hate comments for that, won't we? Edit that out, Tyler.
You did it.
But honestly, I thought it was going to be a problem at first, and then the guys left, and there hasn't been any drama in the shop, for months.
So that eliminated the problem, didn't it?
So
that's interesting.
I thought, the women would be fighting more than anything.
Sure. Yeah, usually that's how it is. Like you work in a factory or something, it's, it's divided pretty heavy. So That's pretty funny. So how many do you have working for you?
Right now I got 6 artists working in the shop. I also have a body mod artist. She is sick. Like I said, she does implants, all that stuff. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Kanikas. You know what a Kanika is?
No, I can't say that I do.
It's I'm gonna say first.
We're in Greeneville, Tennessee. We don't hear a lot of stuff. Okay.
It's a dick implant. So she cuts the skin and then she implants these crazy like bead silicone things in the shaft. And
I think Tommy's booking an appointment right now.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
It is. It makes her dick into a dildo.
You can become ribbed for her pleasure.
She has some crazy looking like spine ones, look like alien and stuff. It's crazy.
We will not flash any of this on the screen for display. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
But she does implants, and she actually travels, everywhere too. She's like me, she does her own thing. She travels. She goes to Cuba, South America, Mexico, all over the place, and she's super well known. And she makes bank doing what she does.
That's awesome.
Most of her money comes from dick implants. She's super popular. There's not a lot of people out here that know that kind of stuff.
That's probably not. There's probably not a lot of competition in that business.
It's not. It's very far and wide. But she monopolized that.
I think we've scarred Tommy for at least a week.
He's going to be over here looking them up, trying to get one.
He's going to be booking an appointment. He'll be in Pheonix.
I'm going to bring her next time.
That's right. Bring her up here for Tommy next time. He's just sitting there nodding in agreement right now. He's just comprehending. That's great.
How old is she?
She's in her late 30s.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Super talented Mexican woman,
Is she?
Awesome.
She has a strong Mexican accent.
Does she?
I love her accent.
Oh, sure.
It's awesome,
Absolutely.
man.
That's fun.
That's awesome.
So she rolls her R's.
Yes.
Ribbed for your pleasure.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Golly. Oh, we got sidetracked. That went way off the rails. Which, that's awesome, but we have derailed and flipped down a bank right now.
And rolled over a couple times.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of went south, but then again, I guess it goes north.
That's what you're hoping for, anyway. Oh, man. That's hilarious. So, moving on. No, that's all right. That's pretty awesome, though. It sounds like you have a good crew working for you.
I do. I have a very solid crew. Everyone is super loyal to me who's been there, and almost everyone I've had has been there since day one, since I opened the shop.
That's even better.
That's awesome.
It's even better. That right there, and that also, that reflects back on you. That shows, how loyal they are to you to stay that long, Because, as well as in that business, they can go and do anywhere, go out on their own.
There's so many tattoo shops, especially in Pheonix, and all the surrounding cities. Man, they're on every mile. There's another tattoo shop. So there's hundreds, maybe 25,000 tattoo artists in Pheonix.
Oh my gosh! But Pheonix is not a small community anyway, so we talked about that earlier
it's
too.
Big, yeah,
it's several million,
big.
Mm-hmm. That's wild, man. That's pretty awesome, though. And out of those guys, you're one of the best. If not the best in Arizona completely.
To be humble, I would say I would be considered top 10 in Arizona.
Wow.
And then I'm known, like I said, all across the states. Everyone, especially when I go compete, they're like, Christian's here. Like, I might as well pack
Tyler made mention of that. He said whenever y'all were in Philly, they were like, we can't compete with this guy.
Yeah, his peers hate him, basically. Yeah, they say, we really love him, but we can't hang.
It's like a love-hate thing. Yeah, they all say, they're like, fuck you, man. I love you.
I hate him, but I love him too. I get it, That's cool, though. But as we talked about, it's that attention to detail. That's, it's a 3D piece or it's just a mural. It's the detail, It's his with, his little girl's head with that trucker hat. Most of them would not have went to the trouble to make that look like a mesh trucker hat. They would have just colored it in. She'd have been wearing a hat.
And it's a full body too. It's a full body portrait and at a 3D angle. And most people would be really intimidated to even take on that kind of project.
Mm-hmm. No, that's awesome.
And you say, I'll kill that. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, I was like, you found the right guy. Let's get it in. Let's do it.
I'm glad I found you.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Oh, yeah. It's made a heck of a connection. Like I say, I knew you and Tyler had done all that, but it's been so awesome meeting you, you know, and just hanging out with you, you know. But it's just unreal that, you know, you made your way here to this little scrawny town of Greeneville, you know.
Small town in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You ever been in East Tennessee before?
Actually, it's my first time.
First time in East Tennessee?
I've done Nashville, you know, but every time I go in
And
Nashville,
don't
it's,
count.
it's I'm in the city and I'm gone. You know,
Yeah.
I never actually ventured out.
Yeah. Probably wise not to. Nashville can change a man, is what I've been told. Might ought to send that girl up there.
She could change a couple people.
Yeah, she can change some guys. That's right.
Got a lot of those rooftop bars down there.
Yeah. We've got to watch out for falling chairs when you're down there, too.
Yeah.
Good chairs come flying off the top of some of those. I've heard about.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's great. So, you're talking about, you know, roughly 10 years in this business.
Yep.
You're what, 32, 33?
Yeah, 33. Yep.
So,
We figured that out earlier.
yeah, we got out our pencils and papers and enough fingers. We were able to get this.
I was like, am I 32 or 33? Yeah.
He's over here counting. So, what did you do before you got into this?
I actually used to be a metal fabricator, ironworker back in the day. Did that for about 8 years. I'm certified, you know, 1, 2, and 3G certified.
Awesome.
I've done pipe work, everything. I've climbed skyscrapers, all that.
Done all that?
Yep. I've worked in shop too, building all the big old I-beams and everything else, and I've worked in the field as well.
That's awesome.
A lot of fun.
I'd say you don't miss that in the heat, though, do you?
In the heat, I definitely don't. Actually, there's one time for a good 2 years, towards the end of my welding, I was actually building water truck tanks for construction zones. You know, you put on the back of a truck and it shoots off the water. And when you're in the tanks welding, it's like 120 outside.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're in the tanks welding, it's like 150 degrees. And we just have, you know, big fans sucking the air out, but man, you have to have all these extra respirators and everything on, and you're sweating.
Yeah,
It was hard.
You can't really weld with your shirt off. So.
No, there's been times I have done it before. It didn't feel good the next week, you know, all the flash burn, but you know.
It's kind of like one of our old buddies that we've got. He'll weld in flip flops and he'll just kind of kick his foot, and it's like, dude, there's something wrong with you, you know.
Never stops.
No, he just keeps on welding, never breaks a bead.
So the worst is, you know, when you got the torch overhead
Oh, I hate
and
overhead.
the slag drops down. Oh, and you get in the pants.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard.
I watched a guy completely lose his pants one time.
Lit up.
Yeah, went straight down, and he hit it. When he hit, it dug it even in through his shirt and everything, and went right down his pants, underwear, all right off in front of everybody. And he was screaming like a little girl. It can get rough. That's pretty cool though. So you spent some time in fab shop.
Yep, worked in a couple fab shops, and it was a lot of fun. Honestly, I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, I made really good money during that time too, and got to a point, you know, where I just wanted to figure out what I needed in life. You know,
Yeah.
and art's really what I needed, and that's when I made that change.
You definitely made the right choice. I mean, it's
It was a big paycheck cut
sure.
at first. For the first
guarantee.
Couple of years. It was
Guarantee.
rough, you know. But
Guarantee.
after that, it's the best decision I ever made, because now I make more money than I ever dreamed of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And look, you got to come to Greeneville, Tennessee. I mean, that's
It takes me across the country. There's other
That's a
parts
high-
of the world too.
it's a high point in the career right there. I've been to
Yep.
Greeneville. They're like, where? Greeneville.
Yeah.
Huh? Tennessee. Oh, a bunch of hillbillies up there. That's where you were. We're trying to get him an accent before he goes home. We're trying to get him slur his words a little bit. I don't know. I hope it's working.
I don't think it's going to
It
happen.
ain't gonna stick. But I guarantee you, when he goes home, everybody around him is gonna say, "Where have you been?" So I've got a cousin in Ohio. Whenever he comes down to visit and then goes home, they know he's been down here.
You pick up a little something, huh? A
Yeah,
little bit of something.
he'll have a little bit, yeah.
Maybe my lady might like it a little bit
There
too.
you
You
go.
know, give her a little slang. You know,
Southern
slang.
gentleman there.
Yep.
That's great. That's funny. So you got a girl at home waiting on you.
Yep. I got some kids too waiting on me as well.
That's awesome. Ready to get home, see them youngins.
Yeah, I miss them. You know,
Oh, yeah. It's hard to be
It's
gone.
the first solo trip in a long time.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Makes it rough, don't it?
Yeah, I do weekend, turnovers at conventions, but that's 4 days max. I'm pushing that 7-day
You've
mark
been on
right now.
7 whole days, yeah.
Straight off of a 3-day convention.
Yeah, and straight out of a convention weekend before last.
No sleep. I went right for it.
And
Who
we
needs
worked you 24 hours a day since you've been here.
Just about, yeah.
Who needs sleep?
So when you get off the plane, you've got a full week already scheduled for you starting Tuesday?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
Tuesday, I got a full day session booked, and I'm pretty much finishing off a Pirates of the Caribbean sleeve I started a couple years back, and
That'd be cool.
super excited on that. Actually, I mean, I would have liked the sleep, but
Sure.
I tried to reschedule her, but I actually already moved her once, so I can't do it twice.
And as soon as he starts talking, she's gonna say, "Where have you been? Why do you sound like that?" That's all right though. That's pretty cool though. So, sounds like you made the right choice career-wise. It sounds like it's paying off for you. You're getting to do some fun stuff, what you like, what you love, and so. What's next? What are you looking for next?
You know, honestly, I got a 5-year plan going right now. I'm trying to keep my business where it's at and move states. I'm not exactly 100% sure where I want to go. My family's always. I was telling Reed this earlier. I was like, my family loves Hawaii. We go there every year for a month. You know, in July for the full month. So by the time we're leaving, we don't even want to go. We're like,
no, you're ready to move.
We're ready
in,
to move. We've been living there for a month. You
Yeah.
know, so we're like, I already comfortable. I don't even want to go home. So yeah, my family is really wanting to go there, but realistically, I'd rather move somewhere else. I can make a lot more money, and turn good profit somewhere. But I'd rather move somewhere green. I get multiple seasons. Arizona's too. We got hot and cool. It's blazing hot, or it's like maybe 75 degrees in the winter.
Hot and in the cold winter of 75 degrees.
And that's not even cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I could deal with the winter there. We were talking about it was going to rain the other day, and we were talking about it. I'm like, man, I was like, I hate rain. I was like, it rains a lot here, throughout the year. Christian's like, man, I'm kind of excited. He's like, I don't get to see rain.
yeah, everybody, you're a true Arizonan if you're excited for the rain.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
If you had been here a week earlier, well, you could have gotten all 4 seasons in 1 week. We had snow on the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
It started out that one morning. It was like 50 something, almost 60.
Yep.
That morning, like 7, 8 o'clock that morning, and the temperature dropped as the day went on. It was raining, and the temperature dropped, and by lunchtime, it was in the high 30s, and it was snowing.
It was snowing, full blown snow.
And then it was in like by 7, 8 o'clock at night, it was in the 20s.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Had about an inch of snow, and then it went away the next day.
Yeah.
Set back to 70 degrees the next day.
So it was 80 here
probably
last
50s,
Sunday, and it was like summer. I'm ready for summer.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was 80, 81 the day before, and then it was like 60 something that night, and then that next morning is when it started dropping down.
That's some bipolar weather right there.
It's extremely bipolar around here. We don't, but we're also in that season now to where it happens, and then 2 days later you're back up in the 70s again. It's just you're wearing your jacket and everything in the morning, and you're sweating and hunting shorts by that afternoon.
That's pretty nice, honestly. I bet you that's pretty nice. I wish I had cold mornings.
Absolutely.
I wake up and it's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Your air conditioning runs year round, don't it?
All night long and all day.
Yeah.
I tell you, the electricity bill in Arizona is no joke.
I'd say for that extreme of heat, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. It's just like it is probably around here trying to keep up with the cold side of it, that big of a temperature differential to try to make up. So that's pretty neat though. But I'd say your jacket probably had some creases in it where it hadn't been worn in a while. So
Finally got to whip out the jacket this weekend. Got a little chilly.
Normally just get to put it on for picture purposes.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
about
much.
it.
I wear it in the shop every once in a while because I keep it around 69 degrees in the shop. So sometimes if it's a little chilly, I'll pop it on and then I'll do a video and I'm like, yo, what up, guys? Big C tattoos. And
Just to look good.
what I mean? Just for the video.
It's a very good looking jacket. If I'd been thinking, I would have had him get it out. But it's awesome jacket. Very cool. And
Yeah.
you said you got all your people one.
Yeah, my whole crew, they got custom Letterman's jackets, Ing family tattoo across the back. They have their own letters on the front and their own numbers on the side. And It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
They got the logo patches too on the side and everything.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
That is. That's awesome. And I don't know. You probably can't see it in the video, but on that skateboard, it has the Ink family tattoo. I guess crest, you should say, or whatever.
Yeah, it's like our logo.
Yeah, our
like
logo
the
from the shop. Yeah. Pretty cool piece. These boys knocked it out of the park on that bike. Of course, as they do with every bike. They're all that way. But this guy's got all kinds of ideas. Mark's got all kinds of ideas. Brandon's got all of them, And Tommy, we're going to have those boys on here too.
Absolutely.
We're going to have to get those guys to come up and sit in with us.
Yep.
But no, they did a phenomenal job on
For
that.
sure.
And it sparkles too.
Oh, it's got a lot of metal flake. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's sparkling.
What is that color, Tyler?
Pearled turquoise, I think is what we
Okay, it's pearl
decided it
turquoise,
was.
okay.
So there's quite a bit of pearl in it when it hits the sunlight. We've got a powder coater here in town, Lee Industries, Caleb Lee. He powder coats all of our bicycle frames for us, and he does a really good job. And he always wants to know, you want a lot of pearl or a little pearl? I said, man, you're the professional. I mean, it's up to you. So he always gets a kick out of that. We give him some freedom to make some choices there.
And he does. He's done a good job on everything, on all y'all's bikes. And I mean, this one's no different. I mean, the color's spot on. I love it. Me and Big C had the skateboard outside. We was looking at it in the sun, and all, how the color flops so much on those trucks and stuff. They're powder coated to match the frame. No, it is. It's a killer bike, and you've even got him. Like, I know you can't see it in the video, but I may get Tyler. I don't know. Maybe snap some pictures that we can put it in the video just to show. But
You really think I can do that?
I've got all kinds of confidence in you. If you're still seeing this, it's because of him. So I've got confidence in the guy completely. But the valve stem caps on this thing are also pretty custom one-off.
They're 3D printed, valve stem tattoo machines.
Yep. Pretty
It's
wild.
crazy. Yeah, I would have never imagined that.
Very neat piece. Very neat piece. Then we got the Big C banner hanging back there behind it. What is that's just stupidity on my part. What's the higher level part of that?
Higher Level is one of my sponsors.
Okay.
They're actually a tattoo supply company.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
they have supply companies all over the country and everything. And I'm actually one of the first 3 pro team members that's been on their team, and I'm the OG.
Really? That's awesome.
So they put me on pretty fresh into my career, about 3 years in, and since then I've been their go-to guy for competitions, and whenever they want somebody to win, they take me out there.
That's right.
That's awesome.
They know who to call. So tell us about the Tattoo Warrior.
Tattoo Warriors. Season 2 is coming out. We're gonna be filming season 2 in a couple weeks here in April, towards the end of April. It's a little bit different from the first season.
Awesome.
I have a couple, NDAs I had to sign, so I can't.
No.
I can't let everything.
We don't want to hear that part. We don't let the cat out the bag.
But
We
it's
can talk
gonna
about
be,
the other one.
it's
though.
going to be really cool, and this year they're going to be allowing some collaborations, so multi-artists
Oh, wow.
working on one piece, so big, giant masterpieces are going to be on this one.
That'll be good.
First season, I competed. I went all the way to the season finale. I did not win. I ended up placing 3rd place at the end. Did some killer work.
It was beautiful.
Really killer work the whole time. Some artists were like, you kind of got dogged, even from artists hitting me up, they're like, oh, you should have definitely won that, But, it really
Sounds
depends.
like they needed better judges, but I'm just saying.
It actually really depends who your judges are and
It
what
does,
they like, and I was the
Money. They like money.
Yeah, of course they love money. But I do a lot more color work, and the judges that were on the panel were majority black and gray artists. So it's a lot harder, to judge something that you're not too familiar with. Yeah. So I ended up placing somewhere in the middle every episode, they put out, but I put some sick killer pieces out. Though.
Absolutely.
I'm sure every piece that he gets done with is sick. I mean, I know what I've seen him do between just me and you now.
Well, your arm looks like a decal.
Oh, yeah.
It's honestly, it looks electric.
Yeah.
I've never seen a tattoo that looks like that.
He took my
incredible.
shop logo. There's, of course, I don't know. Let me have a discussion with my social media guy real quick. I don't know if we'll have any of this on the LilyJack page, on the shop page, but I mean, we can, whatever. But
We'll figure it out.
my arm looks like it has a true neon sign on it. He converted the LilyJack Customs logo, and it's into a neon sign. And all he did by doing this is now it's going to cost me a lot of money because I want a real neon sign with my logo in it hanging on a wall in here somewhere. It is awesome. It looks like it's been plugged into the wall.
It does.
Tommy asked me if there's a transformer in my arm.
Yeah, or did you have a battery slot, to pop a watch battery in there? It's incredible.
Actually, he's got a girl that works for him that could put a battery pack in my arm if I wanted, or anywhere else for that.
I do.
And Tyler's leg totally blew me away when he came back from Philly last year.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing because, here we've got traditional artists. I think we've got about 5 tattoo shops in our little town.
Probably.
And they're great at what they do, but I've never seen anything like this. And then what you did this week blew my mind. Her eyes look like they're looking at you.
Yeah.
I mean, the detail in this. And we got to put some pictures up.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
But it's incredible. You have to see it to actually believe it. It's unreal.
It is.
I've explained that to Christian. Like, I'll have people, we were down in Miami, and there was a film crew on the side of the road, and one of the guys chased me all the way down the sidewalk, and he said, I just want to see your tattoo, and I got to know who did it. And that happens all the time, so be warned.
Oh, yeah.
Random people will stop you just to admire your tattoo.
You go back to last May, we were at, as a matter of fact, we were at Still Run's car show in Albemarle, North Carolina. That's a place you need to be if you've never been.
Soon.
That was
Coming
for you,
soon in
Sarah.
May. That's for you, Sarah. That's exactly right. Coming up in May, the 9th, 10th, something like
Mother's
that.
Day
It's
weekend.
Mother's Day weekend. Be there. But anyway, we were over there, and they had a little tattoo contest at the show. And they flagged Tyler down. They're like, we want you in this contest.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time.
It still happens a lot. I get chased down a lot, and kind of like I explained to him, I felt like a tattoo snob before I even had a tattoo on my body, because I talked to a lot of people, telling them I was wanting to get my first tattoo, and everybody says, "Well, use my guy." And I'd look up their guy, yeah, that looks good, but not really what I'm after. So
That's right.
luckily
Everybody
I found
got
my
a
guy
guy.
here. Yeah, everybody has a guy, that's for sure.
And then, normally when people say that, they're like, oh, yeah, I got a guy. So you're like, And then they see, someone like my work, and they're like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't know you had a guy like that. That's the guy.
You got a different guy. It's like that kind of guy. Yeah. Yep. It is. It's a world above. I mean, it really is. It's 3D. It's got dimension.
5D. It's another dimension.
It's unreal. I mean,
it's at the top of the realm. I mean,
Appreciate that.
it is. It's super impressive work.
It's taken a lot of hard work, dedication to learn the tools and how skin and pigments and
I couldn't
every
imagine.
skin tone runs the pigments a little bit different as well.
When the style realism, when did it really kick off? Because as we were talking about custom cars, they took a turn from just a paint job and wheels to full blown fabrication of everything, every piece. And now this is the same way. It's just exploded into a whole new world.
It has.
When did that become
They had forms of realism when they're doing animals and like black and gray portraits and everything in the early 2000s and 2014, 13 area. It was like when people started doing it in color. It wasn't as good as it is now. You know what I mean? But they were the pioneers. That really helped move everybody into this direction where it's at now. And 2014 was that turn. There was a couple artists, Nico Hurtado, and he actually is one of the judges on Ink Master now. Yeah.
Really?
Cool.
He actually, when I came into this industry, I looked up to his work a lot, and my style, very similar to his as well.
So the inks, they've evolved. So like powder coating, it used to be red, black, and white. Now it's
very
purple.
limited. Yeah.
Every day they get better. I
that's
swear,
true.
every
The
year
pigments
there's
in the ink.
new pigments and new brands.
Are there pearls? We were talking about pearls earlier.
There's
Is
no
there-
pearls, but you
Not
can
yet.
put it in, and you can make it look like it's pearl.
That's crazy.
The way you tattoo it.
Sure.
It's crazy.
I mean,
There's
He's got
glitter
a-
style tattoos, you know, like you can make it look pearled out just by using dots. You know, you can dots with yellows and whites and greens, and you put them all together, and it makes it look like there's a glitter, legit
That's
glitter
crazy.
in it. So it really depends, like how your understanding of how it all works. You can make the illusion
Sure.
of having like a powder coat
Mm-hmm.
or metal flake type look.
Yeah, I wondered what you were using to achieve those colors and dimensions. You know that.
So use a lot of varieties of colors, like I said too.
Sure.
Like your arm. Like if I wanted to make your Ford look like it was pretty much metal flake, I'd go in and I'd add like microscopic little dots of different color reds and whites.
Wow.
And when you look at it, it will look like it's pearled out.
Let me tell you.
So there's lots of techniques, on how to do it. They're really hard to learn, but with years of practice and everything, we can make anything look like anything.
That's impressive. That's so impressive.
As his engine is chrome on his Ford on his arm.
Oh yeah. The engine on that little hot rod there is chrome.
And most artists, taking on that kind of project, they would just black out that whole area because they want to do any of the pipes,
Sure.
Well, and it's like the windows of the car. You can see what's behind the windows of the car.
Yep.
You're looking through that car glass just like you would if you walked up to it. You're looking through at what's behind it, and and he did that, and it, like he said, if it'd been anybody else, it'd just been black. It'd just been blacked in. There it is.
Yeah.
They'd have tinted those windows.
Yeah, the tint. Yeah, I'm not knocking window tint though. I'm not. Tint is cool. I should have had them tinted just for Tommy's sake. I should have had you tint my windows on there.
So everything in Pheonix is tinted. We actually have a facility out there that may test some of our material on to see how it holds up to the. You said it was 105 when you got on an airplane in
Yep.
March.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you don't have tinted windows, all your upholsteries, everything is ruined. Just like 2-3 years, having a brand new leather seats, they'll be wrinkled up and ripping everything.
Sure.
It's so hot out there. If you don't have tinted windows, you're not surviving. Some people, I see them driving around in the summer times, and it's hot. The sun's blaring through, and they got no tint on their windows. It's like a fishbowl. How would they do this?
Yeah, it'd have to be.
Yeah.
Air conditioning is good business out there.
Oh, I'm sure. How's the color stable? With the extreme heat, and here we have shading. We've got trees everywhere, and
So,
it's wide open out there. And
I tell a lot of my clients to use a lot of sunscreen. If you are going to be out, definitely put sunscreen on. Sun over time, if you are constantly getting sunburned or big tans, it can dilute the color over time.
Yep.
Normally, after 5 years, then you might see like a little difference, and then 5 years after that, you might see a little bit more difference if you're out like at the lake every weekend type stuff.
Yeah. My left arm, that old one that I've got on my left arm, that's the way it is. I've been burnt so much, it's changed. You can tell it, it's changed. But I have to take a little better care.
Farmer's tan is a big thing here. From here down.
So you're good. Then, right?
Yeah, I'll be good. Yeah, I just have to keep wearing something with sleeves on. Tyler told me I can't wear sleeves
No
anymore.
chance.
He said everything I own has to at least have the right arm removed out of it.
Or maybe a viewing
Cut
panel.
off.
Yeah, he said
was saying
viewing
a viewing panel on your hoodies.
Give me a plastic
to have
panel
it,
put on there.
Yeah,
give
have
me a
that cut
plastic
out.
piece on there.
A little see-through piece of plastic
well,
on
you
your
can see
long
through
sleeve
it.
shirts.
Yeah.
You can't cover that up.
He said I can't go to the gym, so I've got to look like this the rest of my life. He said I can't get my arms any bigger, so it's going to
work
look like
of
this
art.
from now on.
It's a work of art.
No, that's funny. But no, we've been tickled to have you here this week, man, and appreciate you coming up. Appreciate all the work you've done. It's been a blast. I don't feel like we really even got to talk to you a whole lot other than just what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's been busy. But, we got you here. I got to ask you. What kind of cars are you into? We got to talk a little bit about some hot rod stuff here. Let's hear a little bit of this.
Man, if I was, I'd have a boxed out Suburban, lowered out. That's my dream car. I actually have a 2007 Denali. XL Denali, lowered out on some 26s right now. If I had an older Suburban, that would be ideal. But I love that look of a big truck, lowered out with some big fat rims on it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, my dad's real big into Volkswagens too.
Really?
So he got a couple Volkswagens.
Well, you're amongst Volkswagen company. Yeah, you're amongst Volkswagen company here.
Yep.
Tommy's working on his right now. His has turned out good. Little patina'd 59.
Okay.
Looks good.
We got to get Tyler's convertible.
Yeah, we got to get the convertible back on the road.
Back on the road. We took an awesome road trip. Almost made it out close to your way in 09 to pick that thing up and brought it back, and he built it. And it's an incredible car.
It is. It's a very cool car. We got to get that back on the road this summer.
I'm close.
Do you know where the keys are?
That's a problem right now. I don't know where the keys are. We thought we were going to ride him out on some cool stuff this week, but may have lost a stack of keys. We'll find them. We know a lot.
Hey, I'm going to Bugapalooza in a couple of weeks, so if you've got that 3-digit code on your door, I can get you some keys made.
See if I can get you some for your other car over too.
Yeah, they work on Fords.
Hammer, screwdriver.
A transponder.
We'll figure it out.
Beep, beep. Just hit it there and on his transponder for it. Oh, wow. That's funny.
I used to have one of those, got it off of Amazon. It's like a little hook it to a keychain, and every time I lose my keys in the house, I had like a little remote. I'll go find the remote and I'll hit the little button and then it'll start beeping off.
That's funny.
AirTags are lifesavers now,
Absolutely.
especially on that kind of stuff.
Like he's saying you may need some of those, Tyler.
That's possible. It's been wild lately.
Been busy for a little while.
It's been busy.
That's funny. But no, we've had a heck of a time getting to hang out with you. Super appreciative of what all you've done. We've had a blast. We are so tickled you've sat down on this podcast with us. Good luck on season 2 coming up on Tattoo Warriors. We're gonna be rooting for you. And if there's any problem with the judges, we'll come and judge.
I'll call them up.
That's right. Listen, I got judges that can do this.
Yep.
But no, we do. We appreciate you coming out. We hope you come back again, man. We hope you come back and visit with us.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and do it again.
Hopefully we can make it an annual thing.
That'd be cool.
Come back.
Sure,
come out
We'll have a
every
good
year.
time. Annual Big C event.
Yep.
So you're going to be in Nashville in the fall at a...
Yes. August, I'll be in Nashville at Villain Arts.
Villain
It's a
Arts.
pretty big show.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Now, have you competed at that one before?
Yeah, I've been there before. It's not like Philadelphia. Philadelphia's, man, there's like 1,500 tattoo artists there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's huge, man. Huge.
It was scary.
Man's got no lies to tell.
But like Nashville, it's pretty decent size too. There's maybe like 600 tattoo artists there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's
pretty big, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of artists from all walks of life.
Wow. Where's the venue?
Shoot. I'm not 100% sure where the venue's at. I got to look at the papers.
Sure. Downtown, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Of course, they've got
Yeah, near the
they've got
airport.
places all over down there to have something that big. So.
Wow.
You got to book a session, Tommy?
That's right. Tommy's thinking
I've
about
been thinking about that junkyard. I've got the Invisible Man here.
it. Yeah.
And I've got
Got a pair
The
of
color's held up well on that, Tommy. It's held up well. Yeah, those invisible ones have held up well for years, man.
Yeah.
Suntans don't bother them or nothing, do they?
my open canvas. I haven't taken that leap yet, but seeing this work here totally blows my mind.
Oh, it's unreal. It's unreal. And he's the man to do it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me out here.
No problem,
We
man.
appreciate it,
No
man.
problem.
This whole setup was really cool, to come out here. Got this cool showroom. LilyJack's is what's up.
Hey, we appreciate that. So, if anybody's hunting you, where can they find you? What's all the socials?
Inked Family Tattoo on Instagram. That's for my shop. And then you can find me Big C Tattoos. It's BIG_C_tattoos on Instagram and TikTok.
And TikTok.
Facebook, Christian Navarro. Go by my actual name on Facebook.
No aliases on Facebook. He's straight up on Facebook.
Straight and narrow on Facebook.
That's awesome. Well, Big C, we appreciate you coming in, buddy. Had a
Thank you,
lot of
guys.
fun with you this week. Bike's killer. Can't wait to see what else these guys can come up with. They got some good stuff there. Tommy's waving us in over there. That's all right. We'll get you going. You got a flight in the morning.
Yep.
Short time to get there. So
Couple hours. You start driving out. Got a 5-hour drive back to Nashville.
Sure.
yeah, 4-hour flight home, but you'll be at home.
Yep. When I get, I'm time traveling.
You're
actually.
you're
I
time
leave
traveling
at
tomorrow.
12:30 and I land at 2:30 in Pheonix. It's a 4-hour flight.
That's nice.
Almost watch the sun rise twice the same day.
That's pretty cool.
88 miles an hour is all he's got to get to.
That's right.
Back to the future. All right, guys. This is awesome to have Tyler in here too.
Maybe
You
the
know,
last
I
time.
We
think
need to
he's
leave a
gonna
little
become
note in
a
the
regular
comments
as
there. We
well.
need to make him become a regular. That's exactly right. We'll
Yeah.
get him in here more. He don't need to just sit over here behind the camera
Yeah,
and
behind the scenes.
make
He's-
faces at us and stuff. We need him over here on the table with
Yeah.
us.
He got the voice, the mustache.
Yeah, the mustache is spot on.
It's
That
spot on.
mustache is right on. I don't know if people at home can see that or not, but if you can, zoom in on that.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Anyway, Big C, we appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. We're out of here. Hot Rods and Hijinks. Check us out everywhere you can hear it. That's where we're at. See you next time.